Welcome back to Crypto Tutorial. In today's video, I would like to discuss multiple altcoins, but as well, I'm glad you are here. And if you are currently watching, thank you very much once again for tuning in on today's live stream. I decided to do this live stream, well, without notice and anticipation, so I haven't prepared a lot, but I'm ready to discuss the market with you guys. And I already opened up the AVAX chart, what I think is absolutely very interesting right now, because we are seeing a major pattern playing itself out on the daily time frame. So this is for sure something I personally think is absolutely great to see, and I think it is also a major opportunity, of course, if you are right now actually willing to purchase this cryptocurrency. But for sure, this is a pattern that you want to look out for. The reason why is because if we zoom out a bit further, if we zoom out a bit further, you can clearly see that we are actually trading above the 0.786. As I actually make this 0.786 Fibonacci range a bit longer, you could also say that this was a level of resistance previously where we traded underneath. Right now we are clearly trading at above this range. That is very good because we are seeing actually a clear higher low getting formed on the price action of AVAX. So I think that we are without doubt going to see a further increase within the upcoming months. But for sure, what we are seeing right now is absolutely incredible due to the fact that this is a pattern that is playing itself out on the daily time frame. So let's discuss it right away. We have seen 2 touch points, or actually 3 touch points underneath this descending resistance, and we have as well seen 2 touch points on top of this ascending support, and right now we are retesting this range once more. So what we would like to see is actually a stronghold getting created where we are currently trading at, and see afterwards an increase taking place heading towards a retest underneath this descending resistance. But of course, it is possible that we are not going to hold strong. So therefore, let's take a look at what the current market structure is showing us and what we could expect to occur with this pattern. So let's enable the EMA ribbon first, and what you're seeing is that we are clearly breaking down quite far below the EMA ribbon on the daily time frame. So therefore, it is actually quite important that we are going to see an increase within the upcoming hours and days. Otherwise, it is likely that we are going to see the EMA ribbon become a level of resistance on top of us, and therefore we could expect a further decline in the price action. So this is very important to monitor closely. Also, let's enable the 200-day moving average. So the 200-day moving average, you can clearly see that this is actually quite far below us. So we are above the 200-day moving average, and therefore if we do see a further decline, what I think is important to know is that we will be actually seeing below us the 200-day moving average serving as a level of support. So that is something I think is absolutely important, that at approximately $60 we will be seeing actually the 200-day moving average as a level of support underneath us. So this is very important for me. This is in case we do see a breakdown occur outside of this pattern. Also, let's take a quick look at the MACD. So the MACD actually looking quite well to me personally, because we already experienced momentum towards the downside. If we do find a stronghold where we are currently trading at on top of this ascending support, I personally think that it is high likely that we are going to see a decline in this price action taking place, and eventually heading towards a crossover on the daily time frame, and this could take actually a couple of days. So don't think this is actually something that will occur by the end of today or perhaps tomorrow. No, this will take a couple of days, but this is important for me to see, because it is quite likely that we are not going to see even more momentum towards the downside right now. So holding strong on top of this range could be possible so far. Also, I would like to discuss the EMA ribbon on the Ferrari time frame. On the Ferrari time frame, we can clearly see that the EMA ribbon is actually declining in momentum towards the upside. So that is quite unfortunate, but we are as well seeing right now that we are increasing a small bit in momentum towards the upside. So that is actually quite good to see, due to the fact that this could perhaps lead towards another momentum wave of momentum towards the upside, but we have to still be very careful to expect perhaps a crossover of momentum towards the downside and not find support anymore on top of this ascending support range. So that is for sure a possibility. Lastly, on the 1 hourly time frame, we are once more seeing the opposite taking place, and right here we are actually seeing momentum towards the upside almost taking place. So therefore I'm actually quite confident right now, because if we do eventually see a crossover here on the 1 hourly time frame, we could prevent the 4 hourly crossover to occur and therefore see one more momentum wave towards the upside and hold strong on top of the level where we are currently trading at. So that is absolutely something you have to consider right now. And also, let's take a quick look at the RSI on both the 4 hourly, daily and 1 hourly time frame. On the 4 hourly time frame, we are actually not seeing anything out of the ordinary. We are not seeing any type of bullish nor bearish divergences, but what I think is quite good to know is that we are quite far below on the RSI, and therefore if we do see actually a further decline, we could perhaps, well, see eventually a stronghold getting found quite nearby. And if we zoom out a bit further, that could perhaps lead us towards the $70 range that is right underneath us, and where we as well have the 0.786 level of Fibonacci. So therefore this could be a stronghold right underneath us if we do see a decline, due to the fact that the 4 hourly time frame already is quite below and a further decline would be unlikely to occur. Let's take a look at the 1 hourly RSI. So on the 1 hourly RSI, we are as well not seeing anything out of the ordinary. We are not seeing any type of bullish nor bearish divergences, but as well right here the same thing is taking place. We are above the dotted line quite nearby. So therefore, if we do see a further decline, we could be seeing a stronghold getting found on top of the $71 range. But as I've said during this live stream, I think the most important part is that we have to hold strong on top of this ascending support to see a further continuation inside of the great pattern that we were creating on the daily time frame. So that is for sure the pattern that you have to take into consideration right now, and we would like to see actually a stronghold getting found on top of this ascending support to see eventually a breakout or a clear breakout or breakdown outside of this pattern. Also, lastly, during AVAX, I would like to take a look at the EMA ribbon. The EMA ribbon clearly right now serving as a level of resistance once more. So that is actually something I am doubtful that we perhaps might not be able to see a breakout occur above the 1 hourly EMA ribbon. Only this might be possible if we are actually going to see even more momentum towards the upside taking place on the 1 hourly MACD. Otherwise, it is quite likely that we are going to see that further decline taking place towards the $71 range, and perhaps even breaking down further towards the 200-day moving average below that we saw on the daily time frame at approximately $60. Also, if we head towards the 4 hourly time frame, what you're seeing here is that at approximately $87 at 0.618 Fibonacci, we are seeing the EMA ribbon aligning itself together with this horizontal level of resistance. So therefore, if we are going to increase right now, it is quite likely that we are going to get rejected once we reach this range, or we have to see major continuation of momentum towards the upside and be able to break out above the EMA ribbon and see further continuation heading towards the 0.5 range of Fibonacci at $98. So these are the possibilities right now. And if you are right now enjoying this content and you would like me to discuss a cryptocurrency of your own choice, if you do have any requests, do not forget to do so down below in the description. I would highly appreciate that. So thank you very much already. And as well, if you are watching right now, do not forget to give me those thumbs ups down below, because it would mean the world to me. So thank you very much, guys. And I would like to get further right now by looking at this part right here, because if you are not yet following me on Twitter, it will be highly appreciated. And underneath below social and info, you will be able to find a link towards my Twitter, and it would be actually very grateful if you could follow me right there to see that 1,700 followers getting reached. So thank you for that right away. So I'm seeing in the description down below Namaskashit VORONG. So let's take a quick look at what this cryptocurrency is all about and see if we are able to find it on CoinMarketCap, I'm not sure. ONG, it could be this. This is a rank. Please let me know if you are actually talking about this cryptocurrency. And meanwhile, I will take a look at Bitcoin and discuss what the current market price there is and what we could expect during the upcoming hours and what we are actually currently seeing and what we actually saw today. So today for me personally was quite an amazing day in the cryptocurrency space. Why? Actually because it was we were seeing that major crash. We saw all the way towards, well, 40,000. We broke below the 40,000 range up underneath us. So that was quite a dump, but actually we did see a lot of support there being found. We saw this major wig. Bitcoin was pumping once more towards the upside, and right now we are actually experiencing still a stronghold on top of that 40k, or well, $40,719. So that is for sure something I think is absolutely interesting to make sure of. And even more important, if we take a look at Bitcoin's price action right here on the 1 hourly time frame, we could actually clearly see how amazing this price action actually was, because we did see a complete move from absolutely from 40,746 US dollars heading all the way towards below the $40,000 and back up in a matter of 1 or 60 minutes. So that was absolutely crazy. And after that, we did see this incredible increase heading all the way towards, well, $41,961, meaning that in a matter of 3 hours, we did actually see just amazing 6% move taking place. And I thought at that point in time, it was just incredible market action that we were seeing so far. So I must admit that that was quite a fun part of today. And also let's take a look at what else we are seeing. So if we enable the email revenue, you can clearly see that we are actually right now retesting it on the 1 hourly time frame, and this right now actually serving as a level of resistance, but we have already knocked several times on top of this door and we are not able to break out above it. So I'm actually looking forward to see if we will be right now seeing a stronghold or a clear movement towards the upside, breaking out above the EMA ribbon on the 1 hourly time frame. Therefore, I would like to analyze right away the MACD. On the MACD, what we're seeing is clear momentum towards the upside taking place. We are right now experiencing a clear crossover, and we are as well seeing movement or momentum towards the upside as well on the price action of Bitcoin, due to the fact that the 1 hourly candle right now has been seeing an increase in its price. What I think is quite good to know is that if we do see actually a further continuation and even more momentum towards the upside, if we head towards the 4 hourly time frame, you can see that we are as well clearly seeing a continuation of the momentum towards the upside that we were already experiencing. So therefore, this could mean that we are going to see that major growth right now during the upcoming hours taking place, and a further push and try to eventually break out above the 4 hour EMA ribbon, a major level of resistance above us. So this is for sure something you want to take into consideration right now in the immediate short term, that we want to see that breakout occur, or for sure a move towards the upside taking place, to be able to hold strong on top of this $40,719 US dollar range right above the yellow box. So that is for me absolutely important. And if we look at the daily time frame, what I think is very significant right here is that we are already as well seeing multiple, well, quite vulnerable candles. If you ask me, we have already seen like major weakness on the market right now, and I think these candles, these 3 daily candles, are clearly showing us that we are creating a support on top of this range at $40,719 US dollars. And for sure, I think this is quite good to know, because I think these are the first signs of weakness in the momentum towards the downside. People are once more willing to purchase Bitcoin, and I think that is actually quite great. And if we do hold strong on top of this range, I am confident that we are actually going to be able to see a crossover occur on the daily MACD, but as well a breakout above the descending resistance on the daily time frame and see eventually that major move getting created towards the 67,000 US dollar, but we have to take into consideration that the most amount of volume was actually traded at 46,685 US dollars. So therefore, if we do see a further increase, we could get rejected underneath this range and head straight back down towards the $40,718 or $19 due to the fact that we have seen major volume being traded at this range above us of resistance. So that is for sure absolutely very interesting. And if we disable the EMA ribbon and as well the MACD, I think I would like to show you why we have actually been traded that much volume by selecting from swing high, low towards swing high, this fixed range volume profile. We can see that during this entire uptrend, we actually traded the most amount of volume at this point in time. So therefore, if we are going to see an increase, it is quite likely that we could see a rejection taking place underneath this range. Also, we can clearly see that we have been able to find support on top of the 46,685 US dollars before, but as well just a couple of days ago. So that is actually as well a sign that it could be very difficult to break out above this range. So that is for sure very, very important, that if we see a clear breakout occur above this descending resistance, we would like to see a further increase above the 46,000 US dollars to eventually reach the previous all-time high and perhaps see a new all-time high getting created. So that is for sure very interesting to me. And also I would like to take a look at the RSI on all time frame. So what I think is very good to know is that the RSI right here on the daily time frame is down below the dotted line, and that is for the very first time since this point in time, and this was actually at the 19th of May of 2021. So that is something that shows me that at this point in time, once we were there in 2021, we actually saw that this was a great opportunity or a great buy zone for Bitcoin. And right now we are once more breaking down below the dotted line, and it's once again a great buying opportunity for Bitcoin, holding strong on top of previous support and I think as well previous resistance, or I know for sure as well above previous resistance. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to Bitcoin holding strong on top of this range and see once more that possible further increase towards the $67,000 taking place. So right now I think it is an amazing opportunity, and the RSI is confirming this on the daily time frame for sure. And if we head towards the crypto fear and greed index and we take a look at the exact same months, for example in May all the way towards August 2021, we saw major levels of fear in the market. Right now we are seeing the same type of level taking place in January 2022, and what we are seeing in the chart is actually exactly the same at this point in time, exactly from the month May all the way towards the end of July. We did see actually that perfect buying zone. So right now I'm seeing a lot of chances to purchase Bitcoin at great prices, and I personally think that some people might disagree with me, might still think that we are going to see a further decline. Yes, that is of course a possibility, but what I personally think right now is that if we are able to still hold strong on top of the 37,591 US dollars, the lowest part of the yellow box, I personally think that it is very likely that we are going to see exponential growth afterwards. If we do see a further breakdown, I would like to see a stronghold getting created on top of this range above the 29,500 US dollars. Otherwise, I personally think, yes, we will be entering a more dark scenario and perhaps an even further decline on Bitcoin. But I do not think this is actually a possibility, because I am very doubtful that people will be actually thinking that Bitcoin will drop this far below, due to the fact that a lot of people are actually willing to purchase Bitcoin at cheap prices such as $30,000. I personally would be very happy to purchase Bitcoin at these prices, and I think a lot of people would be. So I'm not sure if there is a reason, actually psychologically speaking, to see a breakdown all the way towards $30,000, but for sure it might be an option. Right now, as I said before, the $37,591 is for me the absolute stronghold where we have to stay on top if we would like to see even further continuation of momentum towards the upside and a new all-time high getting created. So that is for sure something I think is absolutely very interesting to know. Also, let's discuss the RSI on the Ferrari timeframe. So if we head towards the Ferrari timeframe, what I think is important to see is that we have been creating like lower lows, and right now we are not creating a lower low anymore. So what I would like to say is we are right now not seeing any type of bullish divergence anymore. We were seeing this previously due to the fact that we saw lower lows and higher lows on the RSI, but right now we are seeing the first higher low getting created. So I am not seeing a bullish divergence anymore. But what I think is important is that if we do see actually a further continuation of momentum towards the upside and as well a crossover on the 1 hourly MACD as we discussed previously, it is high likely that we are going to see a further increase in price action and as well an eventual breakout occur above the EMA ribbon on the Ferrari timeframe, heading towards a touch point underneath this descending resistance. So that is something I think is quite good to know, that we still have plenty of space to see further continuation. Also, if we do see further decline in price action breaking down below the $40,790, it is good to know that we as well have plenty of space. So therefore it is a possibility that if we do get rejected by, for example, the EMA ribbon on the 4 hourly time frame, we could see a further decline heading towards a touch point once again on top of this descending support. So these are the options right now for Bitcoin, and I personally think you have to take both into consideration because the market right now could go either way. But as I've said previously, I'm not worried at all until we actually reach the $37,591 and we break down below this range. Right now I'm clearly very bullish still on the overall market, and I think we will be actually going to see major continuation of momentum towards upside within the upcoming week. Of course, it will be a matter of time, but holding strong on top of $40,790 seems to be looking good so far. So perhaps we are going to experience that momentum towards the upside. Lastly, on the 1 hourly time frame, what I think is good to see is that we are right now seeing a minor bullish divergence, I would say, taking place due to the fact that if we zoom in a bit closer, you can clearly see that we are seeing a minor higher low getting created. So this is a minor higher low. And we are seeing a low. Oh, sorry guys, I thought we were seeing a lower low on the RSI. We are not seeing any type of bullish divergence at all. Sorry, I must apologize for that. I thought it was a lower low on the RSI, but it is clearly a higher low. So we are not seeing any type of bullish divergence. But what I must say right away is what does concern me is that we could go actually either way due to the fact that we could see a breakdown, and the RSI is right now at the 50 range, so we could see even further decline. And also if we do see a further increase, the RSI is as well at 50 range, so it is very possible that we are going to head straight back up as well. The 1 hourly time frame EMA ribbon seems to not be holding very strong due to the fact that we can clearly see right now a possible breakout occur above this range. So I'm actually right now very excited to see what will occur during this evening and as well tonight, because I think we could perhaps see Bitcoin once more going all the way up during this night's price action, heading perhaps towards a new touch point underneath this descending resistance at approximately $45,240. So let's take I truly hope to see a further increase within the upcoming hours, but all things are possible right now. Also, if we take a look at Bitcoin in the immediate short term on the 1 hourly time frame, I think it is quite good to know that we have to break out above this descending resistance. So if I draw it also like this, you can see that we already made 3 touch points underneath this level. So that is for sure absolutely interesting to me. And even more important, if we take a look right here, we are as well creating a stronghold underneath us. So we are creating a type of symmetrical triangle. So this is very important for sure, because if we do hold strong on top of this pattern, yes, You could also say this might be a descending triangle due to the fact that this lower ascending resistance might be placed horizontally as well. I must say that I could see that as well, a descending triangle, but right now I will say it is a symmetrical triangle right now. But if we do see right now a further decline or increase and eventually see actually a breakout occur or breakdown, I personally think it will be quite a major and significant breakout, because if we do right now see actually a breakout occur above this descending resistance with already several touch points underneath, it could lead towards a major pump towards the upside. And as well, you can see that this is actually a 5.8% left move towards the upside, so that is for sure significant to me. And if we do see a further decrease, well, what you're seeing here is that we are actually heading towards this descending support. So I personally think it looks quite good as well if we are going to break down, because we are going to be supported underneath us by this descending support. So Bitcoin's price action on the 1 hourly time frame does seem to be good to me, and it could go either way. But if we do see actually a further continuation of momentum towards the upside during tonight's price action, well, you can clearly see that we will be breaking out above the 1 hourly EMA ribbon if we do see a further continuation and increase of price action so far. And also on the 4 hourly time frame, we will be actually breaking out, or trying to at least to break out above the EMA ribbon as well. So I'm looking forward to see what this price action will be actually bringing us and what we are going to expect at that moment. Also, I'm going to look at the comment section down below, and I'm seeing as well that Ilya Epping is once again here. Thank you very much for joining tonight, and I really hope you're enjoying this content so far. So if you do all like me being live more often, please do not forget to give me those thumbs ups down below. It is just absolutely amazing if you would do so. So thank you very much already. And also, if you would like me to discuss a cryptocurrency that you personally own, do not forget to place a request down below. I will be more than happy to look at it and see what the current market structure is doing right there. Also, if we zoom in a bit closer on Bitcoin on the 4 hourly time frame, you could also place it like this, so a little bit more of a ascending support. So this could be for sure a symmetrical triangle as well. On the 4 hourly time frame, I must say it's as well for a symmetrical triangle to me. So that is a very, very good pattern that we are spotting so far. So this was what I wanted to discuss on Bitcoin. I really hope you enjoy this content right now. And also, do not forget to request your cryptocurrencies down below. Right now, I'm going to head towards VeChain to see what the current price action is doing right there and discuss the market as well. So, getting started, let's take a quick look at what we are seeing compared to Bitcoin. So this is the VeChain price action compared to Bitcoin. So it's strength compared to Bitcoin, I would like to call it. And yeah, well, if we zoom out a bit further, we can see that we have been in a major decline. So we have been in this major decline. And what is absolutely important is that we are already at all-time lows on this chart. We have already seen multiple lows getting created. So yeah, I think it is important that we could perhaps be expecting once more a major increase in its strength compared to Bitcoin. So therefore, I'm as well really bullish at what could happen to the price action of VeChain. Also, Daniel, thank you very much for tuning in, and I really appreciate your comment down below. So what is important in the immediate short term on the price action of VeChain? So therefore, I would like to actually select a trend line from swing high all the way towards where we are currently trading at, to see if that is actually a possible scenario. So let's take a quick look. I don't think this is actually as accurate as I want it to be. Let's place it right here, and right now that seems better to me. So we would like to actually see a breakout occur above this descending support resistance underneath us. We have already seen touch points underneath, and what we would like to see is actually a breakout occur above this range, and eventually that major move towards the upside taking place. So right now I very think that this is absolutely something very important to take into consideration and to discuss if you are right now owning VeChain. And this is also one of the reasons why I would actually recommend this cryptocurrency, because I do think that we are going to see exponential growth within the upcoming months due to the fact that we are actually trading at all-time lows compared to Bitcoin, and therefore we could see exponential growth towards the upside. So that is absolutely something I wanted to show you. And actually, let's get started at what we are currently seeing on the 4-hourly time frame on VeChain. So I'm going to zoom in at the price action where we are trading at right now. Well, what I think is important right here is that we did not actually hold strong on top of this range at 0.0075. We did actually went all the way down towards this range underneath us as 0 Fibonacci. Quite unfortunate, especially because we did not hold strong on top of previous support. And if we zoom out a bit further, you can clearly see that this was quite a important level to hold strong on top. So that is quite unfortunate right now. But of course, seeing a stronghold getting found on top of the 0% Fibonacci at 0.070 is quite nice to know. So that is for sure something I think looks very interesting. And let's head right away towards a possible pattern that we are seeing right now getting formed on the 4-hourly time frame. So if we place a trend line just like this and another trend line, well, I would say here, but unfortunately that's not true. So this would be the case as well. Well, you could say actually that we are trading inside of a parallel channel. Therefore, I'm going to talk about the parallel channel tool. I'm going to see if this is actually going to work like I personally wanted to. And right there we have a parallel channel, and this is a descending parallel channel. Of course, what I think is quite good to know is that we already saw 2 touch points underneath this descending resistance, and we have seen 1, 2, 3 touch points on top of this descending support. So this is a confirmed descending support zone, and the descending resistance still has to be confirmed, but of course it is a level of resistance that we have to take into consideration right above us. Also, I would like to place right away a level of fixed range volume profile to see where the most amount of volume has been traded during this downtrend. By selecting its swing high towards swing low, you can see that right here at 0.076 was actually the point where we did see the most amount of volume traded in the immediate short term, and therefore this will be a level of resistance above us that we have to take into consideration as well. So right now, if we are going to see a further increase, the level that we have to break out above would be this horizontal level of resistance on top of us, and see further continuation towards a touch point underneath this descending resistance. So that is for sure something that we could see within the upcoming hours, but we could as well see a rejection taking place underneath this horizontal level of resistance, and once more head back down towards a touch point on top of this descending support. So let's take a look at what the possible breakout or breakdown target is going to be if we do actually break down below this descending support or above this descending resistance. So by selecting the touch point just on the descending resistance all the way straight back down towards the touch point on top of this descending support, you will have the measurement outside of this descending parallel channel. So if we do see actually a breakout, it will be quite a significant breakout. What you can clearly see is that this will be a 22.14% breakout. So I'm looking forward to this already if we do actually see a breakout occur. But if we do see a breakdown, it will be as well a very significant one. So both scenarios have to be taken very seriously, and we will be heading towards 0.050 range or 5 cents range. But let's take a quick look at another Fibonacci range to see if we are actually going to find a stronghold of support right there. So I thought that the Fibonacci was well placed, but we are going to select just a regular Fibonacci retracement to see where we could perhaps be seeing the price action go towards. So if we zoom in a bit closer, what you can clearly see is that we are perhaps going to see a decline all the way towards the 0.55 cents range, where we are clearly seeing the 1% of Fibonacci and as well a stronghold of support underneath us. So therefore, I personally think that this is a possibility if we do see a further decline. And if we do see a further increase, as we said previously, we could see a rejection taking place underneath the 0.618 at approximately $10 range. So those two possibilities are there right now. So that is something I wanted to discuss. Let's get straight back down towards the 4-hourly time frame and discuss this descending parallel channel. While doing so, I would highly appreciate if you could give me those thumbs ups down below. It would be actually supporting the channel a lot, and it would just be amazing, guys. So thank you very much already. And let's take a quick look at what else we are right now seeing. So by enabling the EMA ribbon, you can see that the EMA ribbon is actually perfectly aligning together with the 0.076, the level of fixed range volume profile, what will be a horizontal level of resistance above us. And right now, perfectly aligning together with the 4-hourly EMA ribbon. So if we are going to see a further increase, this will be a very difficult level to break out above. So it is crucial to see eventually a move above this range. Otherwise, further decline is quite likely to occur. Also, let's take a look at the MACD. So if we take a look at the MACD, we are clearly already experiencing for quite a while momentum towards the downside. We saw a minor increase in momentum towards the upside while we were holding strong on top of the 0.076 range. But afterwards, we did see a further decline towards a touch point on top of this descending resistance. And right now, we are actually seeing a stronghold getting found and perhaps a crossover once again occur, expecting momentum towards the upside taking place. So this is for sure something you would like to take a look at right now. And what I think is very important right here is that we are actually seeing a bullish divergence on the MACD. Well, let's discuss that right away. And I will be actually disabling the MACD just for a while, so we will be able to discuss why we are actually seeing this bullish divergence on the MACD. So if we take a look at the price action right now, what you can clearly see is that we are creating these lower lows on the chart. Well, actually the opposite is taking place right here on the MACD due to the fact that we are seeing a slightly higher low getting created on the MACD. So therefore, I personally think that this is a clear bullish divergence that we're seeing on the 4-hourly time frame MACD. And we could expect actually momentum towards the upside taking place, especially if we do see as well a bullish divergence on the money flow index and on the RSI. And therefore, I would like to look into those three right away. So starting by looking at the money flow index, let's take a look at what we are currently seeing. So for sure, right here, we are as well seeing a bullish divergence. We are seeing lower lows on the chart, and we are clearly seeing a higher low, on the money flow index. So the money flow index is clearly bullish to me as well. And this is telling me that we could expect momentum towards the upside for sure taking place right now, as well as what we saw on the MACD. So the money flow index looking strong to me right away. Also, if we take a look at the RSI lastly, very important as well, it would be actually quite good to see if we are creating higher lows, but we are unfortunately only seeing a bullish divergence in the immediate short term. So in the immediate short term, we are clearly seeing a bullish divergence. The reason why is something I would like to explain right away. We are seeing a lower low getting created on the chart, and we are seeing on the RSI a higher low getting formed. So this is as well a bullish divergence. So clearly we are spotting actually three bullish divergences on all three indicators on the 4-hourly time frame. So this is giving me a lot of confidence that we perhaps will be able to see a breakout occur within the upcoming hours above this level of resistance on top of us, and as well above the EMA ribbon. So this is clearly something I think is absolutely important to see, and a breakout occur, and definitely heading towards a touch point underneath this descending resistance. So absolutely all three looking very good to me. So if we take a look at the 1-hourly time frame and see what we are looking at there on the MACD, we are seeing exactly what we wanted to. We are experiencing right now a decline in momentum towards the downside, and we are seeing almost a crossover occur. So this could actually tell us that we are going to experience that breakout above the firstly 1 hourly EMA ribbon and eventually head straight back up, breaking out above the 4 hourly EMA ribbon as well, and continue with the movement towards the upside. So this actually looks very good to me for sure. And if we take a look at the daily time frame, you can see that we are experiencing momentum towards the downside, but this is a minor momentum towards the downside. And what I think is good about this is that if we do right now see a further increase in price action heading towards a touch point underneath this descending resistance, it is highly likely that we are going to as well see a decline in this momentum towards the downside and perhaps head towards a crossover once more, expecting even more momentum towards the upside taking place. And it could be quite a important momentum wave if you ask me, due to the fact that we could see a major increase taking place. So that does all look very good. Lastly, I would like to discuss the RSI on both the daily, 1 hourly and 4 hourly time frame. And also for the people who are right now watching, do not forget to give me those thumbs ups down below. Thank you already, it will be highly appreciated. But even more important, if you do have any requests for me to look at a cryptocurrency of your own choice, do not forget to place those in the comment down below, because I will be absolutely looking forward to discuss a cryptocurrency that you would like me to, well, look at. As well, right here, clearly forming a bullish divergence on the daily time frame. This is actually something that just is very good to see right now, especially after seeing all those bullish divergences on the money flow index, MACD and RSI on the 4 hourly time frame. We are as well seeing one more bullish divergence taking place, and that is actually the bullish divergence on the daily time frame RSI. We are seeing this lower low on the chart, and clearly we are seeing this higher low on the RSI, creating a bullish divergence. And what I think is absolutely exceptional and very good to see right here is that we are actually quite far down below on the daily RSI. So therefore, if we do right now see a further increase, it is quite likely that we are going to head towards the dotted line, and therefore I think it will be absolutely incredible to, well, see this price action possibly occur during the upcoming hours. Well, this being said, I would like to head towards the 4 hourly time frame. On the 4 hourly time frame, we are seeing the bullish divergence because I discussed this out previously. We are seeing this lower low, higher low, and we are seeing as well that we have plenty of space to feed further continuation towards the upside. And lastly, on the day 1 hourly time frame, well, right here we are as well seeing that bullish divergence due to the fact that we're seeing a lower low and a higher low on the RSI. So on all indicators, we are clearly seeing a great stronghold getting found right here, and possible major momentum towards the upside getting started on VeChain. So do not forget that. And also very, very important, one of the most important things is that we could perhaps see VeChain eventually lead towards a breakout above this pattern, above this descending parallel channel, and see that major increase of approximately, let's take a quick look by selecting from swing high or from descending resistance towards descending support, our measurements, and placing it right here, we could perhaps see a major increase of approximately 21% on VeChain. So that is for sure something you do not want to miss out on. So this was my analysis on VeChain, and thank you very much for watching. If you do appreciate it, do not forget to place those thumbs ups down below. Also, I'm seeing that in the comment section we had a comment from Marin Spasic. Shiba, so Shiba Inu, yeah, I would love to discuss Shiba Inu, and I will do that for sure for you. So I'm going to go right away towards Shiba, and also I'm seeing Ilya Epping. What about 1inch coin? Going to hold for long term? Well, we could discuss 1inch as well, and I personally think that 1inch is a great project, yes, but I would for sure be lying if I would not say that I do prefer other cryptocurrencies. But that is of course my personal opinion, and if you are actually a real believer that it could become a great project, and you do actually think that they are going to see further increase and major movement towards the upside, of course you could all hold that cryptocurrency. But I am just saying that I personally believe in other cryptos like having more potential in the long term. than 1 inch. But of course, that is my personal opinion. But you could look into other cryptos as well, or do even more due diligence about 1 inch is possible as well. So we are looking right here at the 4-hourly time frame Shiba Inu, and I'm actually seeing quite a lot of requests right underneath in the comment sections. I'm also seeing Daniel, if you can, bro, next ETH please. Yeah, for sure I will do ETH as well, so no worries. And you can also join in later on. I will be discussing ETH for sure, so do not forget that to tune in and look at what we are currently seeing. So what are we seeing right now? We're seeing Shiba with multiple touch points below this descending resistance on a falling wedge pattern. We have as well seen multiple touch points actually on top of this descending support. So we are actually inside of this falling wedge pattern, and it's as well a confirmed pattern. So this is absolutely very important. And if we do see actually a breakout occur above this descending resistance and a move towards the upside taking place, the breakout target would actually be at this point in time, so where we did actually see the beginning of this falling wedge pattern. So that is absolutely something you do not want to miss out on. And what I think is actually good to know is that this will be a possible 40% move on Shiba Inu that could play itself out if we do see a breakout occur outside of this pattern. So that is for sure something I think is very important. What else is actually good to know? If we place a fixed range volume profile from swing high towards swing low, we can see that during this downtrend we traded the most amount of volume right here. So therefore I'm going to place a trend line as well there, because this will be a horizontal level of resistance above us that will be very difficult to break out above. So that is for sure a possibility. Also, I'm going to look at the EMA ribbon, and what we are clearly seeing is that the EMA ribbon is perfectly aligned together with this descending resistance. So therefore on Shiba Inu, if we do right now see a further increase taking place, a breakout above this descending resistance will be difficult due to the fact that we are seeing the EMA ribbon above us as a level of support, as a level of resistance, guys. You understand, it's a bit late, so sometimes I'm getting confused by some words. But of course, if we do see a further increase and a breakout above this range, we could see a major movement towards the upside. But we have to keep in mind that once we reach this area, we could as well see a rejection taking place and head straight back down due to the fact that we traded the most amount of volume at this range. So therefore it will be a very significant level of resistance above us. So that is for sure something that is quite important to me. I will be zooming out a bit further, and I actually am going to head towards the daily time frame just for a small second to actually place a Fibonacci retracement from right here towards this point in time, and I will head straight back towards the 4-hourly time frame. So if we look at this right now, you can see that right here at 0.786 you will be as well seeing a level of resistance. So if we do see further continuation of momentum towards the upside, it is likely that we will be seeing a type of resistance at this point in time. So a 40% breakout might be too much, but still seeing this increase heading towards this point in time will be very significant. So our breakout outside of this falling wedge pattern is still something you do not want to miss out on, especially because it's already a 26% breakout. If we just see this breakout occur all the way towards the level of Fibonacci at 0.786, so that is for sure something that could occur on Shiba Inu's price action. But of course, if we do not hold strong on top of this descending support, further decline towards the 0 range right here is absolutely likely to occur. Also, lastly, I would like to take a look at the MACD and at the RSI before heading towards Ethereum. So what we are seeing here is that we already experienced momentum towards the downside on the 4-hourly time frame MACD, and that is something I think is well, good to see. And also, yeah, well, we could still expect further continuation of this momentum towards the downside. I would like to take a quick look at the 1-hourly time frame. While the 1-hourly time frame, it looks like we are actually creating a stronghold on top of this descending support. So perhaps we are going to see a further increase and just actually experience a minor momentum towards the downside on the 4-hourly time frame. So lastly, I would like to take a look at the RSI. And on the RSI, what we are actually seeing is a bullish divergence taking place. And this is actually also the reason I personally think that we are right now getting supported on top of this descending support on Shiba Inu, especially because we are seeing this lower lows on the chart and this higher lows on the RSI. So this does actually look very good to me. And what does look absolutely marvelous is that we are trading quite far down below on the chart, on the RSI, sorry. So therefore, if we do right now see further increase in price action, we will still have plenty of space to do so, and we could see a possible breakout occur above this descending resistance and a major continuation of 26% getting created on Shiba Inu. Lastly, on the 1 hourly time frame, well, right here we are as well seeing a bullish divergence. We are seeing a lower low on the chart, higher low on the RSI, and also the very same scenario playing itself out because we still have plenty of space to see further continuation. So we could see a possible major move towards the upside taking place. If you did enjoy the Shiba Inu analysis, do not forget to give me those thumbs ups down below. And as well, I would highly appreciate if you are not yet subscribed, do not forget to subscribe right now to this channel down below if you enjoy this live stream and as well the topics we discussed during these videos. Also, if you are not yet invested in cryptocurrencies and you are actually wanting to trade perhaps this Shiba Inu trade of 26% and you do not have a platform to do so, do not forget that down below in the description you will be able to earn up to 4,100 USD Tether deposit bonus by using the link down below. And it's only for first-time depositors, so this is actually a great opportunity. And I personally as well use Bybit as my personal trading platform, so I really recommend it as well if you are right now actually wanting to trade cryptocurrency. Lastly, during this live stream, let's discuss the cryptocurrency that I'm most fan of, Ethereum. I really like Ethereum. I think Ethereum have a great value. I think they will increase in value a lot during the upcoming months, years. I think this cryptocurrency will actually be nuts. And let's take a quick look at what we are seeing right now. So of course, very important, we are seeing touch points underneath this descending resistance. Absolutely something I think is very important to see. But a metric I really want to discuss with you guys is actually the Ethereum SOPR. So if we look at the SOPR, so we do not have an Ethereum SOPR on CryptoQuant, so that is unfortunate. I will show you the Bitcoin SOPR is still very important for the price action of Ethereum as well. But what you can see right here is that if we zoom out a little bit further, right here, sorry guys, I really wanted to take a look at the SOPR with all of you, and I think it is an important metric to look at. So yeah, right here on Glassnode we do have the SOPR for sure, but what you can see here is something I think absolutely interesting. The reason why is because we clearly saw once we reached here the price action of approximately 4,733 US dollars, we did see a major increase in the amount of holders of Ethereum that were actually in major profits. What we are seeing here is actually the SOPR is showing us once amount of people have major gains in the price is showing us for each dollar that they invested in crypto, and in this specific case in Ethereum, how much dollars they got back for it. So at this point in time, once we were trading at approximately 4,700 US dollars, a lot of people were actually able to sell their Ethereums for twice as much, so for $2.2. So they invested $1 and they got for each dollar that they invested $2.2 back approximately. So this means that a lot of people were actually at huge profits here and they decided to sell. Afterwards, we saw this major decline taking place on Ethereum. And what I think is good to know is that the last time that we saw this incredible decline on Ethereum, we led towards a negative SOPR. So therefore meaning that for each dollar that people invested in Ethereum, they actually had losses. So this is absolutely something you want to take into consideration, because this might as well be the case right now, especially because we have been seeing a severe decline in its price action. So therefore it could be very possible that the SOPR right now is underneath this horizontal level right here at $1, and therefore it is likely that right now it is a perfect buying opportunity once again for Ethereum, because the very last time that we did see a breakdown occur underneath the one level of SOPR in the immediate short term, it was actually an amazing opportunity to buy. So right now I personally think it will be once more the case. Well, I've said enough about this, and I would like to get right away headed towards the Ethereum chart. So let's discuss Ethereum and see what we are right now actually seeing on the chart. So as I said previously, we have seen multiple touch points below this descending resistance. Absolutely something very important right now in the immediate short term is to see Ethereum absolutely break out above this descending resistance, head straight back up, and see a trend reversal getting started. Because once we see this occur, we will clearly see a swift momentum. We won't be creating any more lower lows on the chart, and instead we will be seeing a continuation of higher lows getting created. So this is very important for the immediate short term, to see a further continuation above and break out above this certain range to see that continuation towards the upside. Also, let's head towards the daily time frame, where I would like to enable right away the 200-day moving average. So what I think is important right here is that Ethereum is breaking actually down below the 200-day moving average, a very important level of support. The very last time that we actually broke down below the 200-day moving average was at this point in time. We did hold strong on top of the $1,751 US, and I personally think that it could be possible that right now we are going to see a similar scenario playing itself out, being able to find support on top of the current level where we are trading at, right on top of the $2,944 US, and eventually see a V-shaped recovery as we saw previously, and a further continuation towards the upside, breaking out above this W neckline and seeing a further continuation towards the upside. So this could be the case right now as well. This being said, let's place a fixed range volume profile from swing low towards swing high and see where the most amount of volume was traded. Well, the most amount of volume was actually traded at this level, approximately at, let's take a quick look, $3,229 US. So meaning that we will be actually seeing a major level of resistance at this point in time, and that is exactly what we are currently seeing, due to the fact that we are trading underneath this range, and we did clearly see a rejection taking place underneath already during the past 2 days. So that is absolutely something you want to look out for, because if we do not actually see a possible breakout occur above this level, we could see a further decline taking place, and that is absolutely not something we want to look forward to, especially because if we look at the 200-day moving average, getting back up above the 200-day moving average and finding support on top of it will be actually way more healthier for the overall trend. Because if we do not see that, it is very likely that we are going to see actually a huge further decline underneath this range. We have not seen that before on Ethereum, but it is of course a possibility. We have seen it on multiple other cryptocurrencies. So therefore right now for Ethereum, I think it is very important to be able to hold strong where it's currently trading at and see a further continuation breaking out above the $3,229 level, and see eventually a further move towards the upside, breaking eventually as well out above this descending resistance. So that is for sure very important for me so far. Also, let's take a quick look at what we could be perhaps seeing as a possible pattern, or if we are right now on the 1 hourly spotting a pattern right now that could perhaps lead towards a breakout or breakdown. So while saying this, I will be placing a few trend lines on the 1 hourly time frame. I think this would be a very nice one, and this would, thinking about that, I think this will be a very nice trend line as well. So we could extend this trend line even a bit further. I think that would still be great, and we would be having even more touch points. And right now here too. So on the 1 hourly time frame, looking into Ethereum's price action a little bit more closely, what we are seeing is actually this descending triangle, I would like to say. We are clearly seeing a horizontal level of support, and we are as well seeing this descending resistance above us. So therefore, this is a pattern that tends actually to break down towards the downside. We are seeing each time lower highs getting created, and this pattern actually tends to break out towards the downside. But of course, we could be seeing as well a other scenario playing itself out, a struggle being found, and a possible move towards the upside taking place. So that is absolutely something that could occur. And if we take a look at this right here, by selecting from the beginning of the horizontal support all the way towards the first touch point underneath this descending resistance, we will be able to see what the possible breakout or breakdown is going to look like. If we do see right now a breakout occur above this descending resistance, so a move like this perhaps occur, we could be seeing a possible increase of approximately 7% or 6.8% taking place on Ethereum, and more importantly, breaking out above the 3,229 US dollar range, where we would like to actually be on top of to see further continuation of momentum towards the upside, and of course, very important, see as well a breakout eventually occur above this descending resistance. Also, let's take a quick look at what the comment sections are saying so far. Ilya Epping says most depends on what Bitcoin does right now. Well, yes, I do totally agree. We all know that Bitcoin is actually well, the number one, and it has as well, very importantly, well, as we all know right here, the most market dominance, 40.8%, and Ethereum only has 18.9%. But I do still think that once Bitcoin does perform very, very bad, Ethereum will be doing as well. But clearly right now we are seeing that Bitcoin, as I said previously during this live stream, for me personally, it is still looking very bullish, and we could still see a major move towards $67,000 getting started within the upcoming days. But for sure, if we do eventually see a breakout occur above the falling wedge pattern that we are creating on the 4 hourly time frame on Bitcoin, I will for sure say that we are going to see a further increase on Ethereum. But if we do see a further decline, for sure, a breakdown underneath this horizontal level of support is highly likely to occur. Yes, Bitcoin is playing a big role in Ethereum's price action for sure, but Ethereum is also able to, well, perform on itself as well. If we do see a further decline, what you're seeing is that we could be heading all the way towards the $2,790. So that is for sure something that you right now have to take into consideration on Ethereum. But this would be actually very devastating for the trend. So far, I would actually prefer to see a breakout occur, but we have to keep this into consideration and take it into consideration actually as a possible scenario. So yeah, for sure, that is as well a possibility. Well, I would like to enable right away the EMA ribbon. What we can clearly see is that right now we are retesting the EMA ribbon underneath it as a level of resistance. So therefore, if we would like to see eventually a breakout occur and further continuation getting started, perhaps we would like to see as well right now a further increase in price action heading towards a touch point underneath this descending resistance. Also, what I think is quite important right here is that if we enable the MACD, I will actually keep the EMA ribbon open, we are seeing momentum towards the upside taking place. Very important to me is actually that we are as well seeing quite a bullish pattern on the MACD. Why is this the case? We have been creating these lower lows on this chart, and we have been creating these higher lows on the MACD. Really bullish to me so far. So I personally think that this does look very good right now, and we are heading towards a crossover on the 1 hourly time frame. So if we do right now see further continuation of momentum towards the upside, I think for sure it could be heading towards a 6.8% breakout. And as well, the most important thing of tonight, breaking out above the 3,229 US dollars, a major level of resistance above us due to the fact that the major amount of volume has been traded at approximately this range. So heading above, of breaking out above this horizontal resistance is of utmost importance. Clearly, the MACD is looking very good on the 1 hourly time frame, and I would like to be heading towards the RSI as well. So if we look at the RSI, what I think is quite important is that we are actually as well seeing a similar scenario as what we saw previously on the MACD. We are seeing this lower lows, or well, right now we are seeing an equal low actually getting created, but what we are clearly seeing on the RSI are actually this higher lows getting created. So this is for me absolutely important, due to the fact that the RSI on the 1 hour time frame is looking very bullish to me. Also, the MACD is looking very bullish to me on the 1 hourly time frame. So on both scenarios, I think that we will be seeing major momentum towards the upside on Ethereum. So right now, I'm actually quite bullish on the trend so far. And what I think is important is that as well on the 1 hourly RSI, we still have plenty of space to see further continuation towards the upside. So therefore, I think it is quite likely that we are going to be able to see that clear breakout occur above the EMA ribbon on the 4 hourly time frame. Also, if we head towards the 4 hourly time frame, let's take a look at what we are seeing. But before doing so, I would like to take a look at the comment section as well. So Ilya, let's take a look. Alvaro Lavato Lopez. First of all, guys and girls and everyone who's watching, thank you very much for watching so far. And if you are liking the content, do not forget to give me those thumbs ups. It is actually highly appreciated, and I love that you're commenting as well down below. So well, thank you very much for that, Alvaro Lavato Lopez. And also Denzel Brown, sorry for pronunciation, guys. Hey, do you know about Binance Smart Chain? If not, go check out. They are launching the token creator in a week. Launch is safe, launch it though. So though is being represented here. I'm seeing that. And N Ropes, what will the pricing on this DOE token launch be? Well, I don't know that much. I've never heard about this cryptocurrency, but I'm glad a lot of people are talking about it in the comments. So, well, let me know about this token, and perhaps we should look into it for sure. Unfortunately, during this live stream, this is the last cryptocurrency I will be discussing, but I really hope you are enjoying these Ethereum updates so far, because I do, and I think this is an amazing opportunity right now to see actually Ethereum majorly breaking out perhaps during the upcoming days. Also, what I think is important right here on the 4 hourly time frame is that the EMA ribbon is perfectly aligned with both the levels of resistance above us, the 0.5 Fibonacci level at 3,313 US dollars, but as well the 3,229 US dollars level of resistance above us, due to the fact that we have traded a major amount of volume at approximately this point in time. So therefore, it will be a difficult level to break out above. So it looks like we are seeing major resistance above us, but let's take a quick look at as well the MACD. So on the MACD, what we are seeing is that we already experienced momentum towards the upside. Unfortunately, we have seen that already occur, but what we are seeing right now is a continuation of those momentum towards the upside. So this is something I think is actually quite good, due to the fact that this could lead towards a possible further momentum and a continuation of Ethereum's price action, heading towards a breakout above the 3,229 US dollars. Yes, I must admit that Ethereum's price action on the 1 hourly time frame looks a lot more bullish right now than the 4 hourly EMA MACD and EMA ribbon combined, but I'm still very bullish if we do see enough continuation of the momentum getting started on the MACD right now, and as well a crossover occur on the 1 hourly time frame, of course. Also, let's discuss the RSI lastly during this part of the live stream, and let's take a quick look at what we are seeing right away. So right away we are seeing lower lows getting formed on the 4 hourly time frame. On the 4 hourly time frame, we are clearly seeing lower lows. So this is a lower low, and an even lower low. What we are seeing on the RSI is actually the opposite taking place. We are seeing this higher lows. So this is giving me for sure confidence that we are going to be able to hold strong. And what I think is important is that we still have plenty of space to see that further continuation heading towards a breakout above this dotted line. So right now, I think it will be for sure absolutely important to see that further continuation taking place and perhaps heading towards a breakout outside of this descending triangle, and of course a breakout occur above the 0.5 Fibonacci level, getting a major, or well, for the very first time, breaking out above the EMA ribbon on the Ferrari time frame. So that would be actually very great. And I'm seeing as well a lot of comments right now taking in. Enroad will check it out, definitely, thank you. And George AG, yeah, heard about though, they're making a token creator that's all GUI, no coding. So that sounds actually quite amazing, and I will be looking into it, guys. So thank you as well for actually sharing this with me, and perhaps I'm going to discuss it more often during this channel, so I will be for sure taking a look into it. But as I've said previously, right now I will be unfortunately leaving this live stream. I must say that I truly appreciate all of you being here. Thank you very much. And if you are not yet following me on Twitter, do not forget to do so by heading down below towards the description and looking at social and info, where you will be able to see my Twitter link. It will be absolutely highly appreciated, and you will be updated about all upcoming live streams and as well all upcoming videos. And also I will be sharing some market updates and must-read articles that I think are very interesting about the cryptocurrency market. So please do not forget to follow me on Twitter, and as well I really would appreciate it if you could smash up those subscribe buttons down below. So thank you very much for joining me this evening, and I will be back tomorrow live at approximately 10 a.m. UTC +1. So if you have any time, please do not forget to join me tomorrow as well. Also, thank you very much, Daniel, for watching tonight. I really appreciate you being here, and all of you guys are very welcome once again, and I really appreciate all comments. Thank you very much and have a nice evening. Bye bye.